Welcome back to ManVFilm. I've got 2 DVDs and 2 Blu-rays to talk about recent releases from Network. 4 TV shows, all fantastic, all kind of aimed towards children, but it was that time in the world where the children's programmes were shocking and kind of upsetting if you were a kid at that age watching it. Some of these I had seen before, some I hadn't, some was an absolute joy to visit, like The Intruder. This was one of those movies, it's kind of, and I say movies, TV shows, that was kind of like a cuckoo in the nest. We have this man who, our boy, Alan, who's a sand pilot. One day he meets another guy called Sonny, who turns out to have, that's his nickname, he turns out to have the exact same name as Alan and claims to be the same person. And from then on, all things kind of twist and change as our initial Alan that we meet as the sand pilot starts to feel himself shut out of his own world, slowly being replaced by this intruder. It is scary in all the right ways. It has a wonderful mystery at the heart of it, and we have this duality all the way through of who is the real one. Is there a real one? What's going on with this one? It was particularly fun, real joy to go back to. Next up was one I hadn't seen before, which is The Owl Service, which is about, wait for it, haunted plates. Yep, we have a family in the Welsh countryside who discover these plates in the attic, and by bringing them out, they unleash magic into the world, into this valley that they live in. Now, this one felt a little bit like Twin Peaks. It's aimed at children, so it is a kind of children's TV show, but it has this uncanny nature of getting under the skin, affecting you, twisting and turning the motives of the characters. There's a good love triangle in the middle of this one as well, which I really kind of liked, but it's all this unsettling, moody, atmospheric things that just kept making my skin crawl. I mean, going into it thinking it's a movie about haunted plates, what was I going to get? But this turned out to be really good. Next up, we have Tales of Unease. This is 7 tales here, all kind of spooky going-ons, all different characters, not really anything connecting them. They're all about 25 minutes in length, varying degrees of well, how much I like them, I suppose. It's kind of anthology themed series, so some stories were more akin to mine that I enjoyed, some didn't. All of them were kind of worth checking out. A really kind of easy series to just burn through. And finally, probably my favourite of these was, and it's a kind of mirrored cover so it's hard to see, is Come Back Lucy. There's a kind of cover there, still getting that glare. And this was about a little girl whose grandmother dies. She doesn't have a mother or that. She goes to stay with aunt and uncles and discover a little Victorian girl ghost in the attic who may have nefarious and twisted plans for this young girl. I loved this one because it felt very much like a children's programme. It felt very safe. It felt very familiar. It hit all the tropes and beats that I was used to. And then it would throw in these moments of malevolence, I guess, of threat, of despair, when you realise what the ghost is trying to do here. Haunting stuff indeed. This was a joy going back to checking out these 4 series, all which were particularly great. I would say my favourite was probably Come Back Lucy, just for fun and games. But yeah, they're all there. Highly suggest picking them up if you get the chance. Some fun stuff there, some old TV that was just a little bit unsettling, a little bit scary for the regular kids.